Okay, so now that we have our page setup done and our model complete, it's time to start with developing multi-views. Okay, so before we've done SolProf, and SolProf is to show an isometric object and break it down into individual layers. But to do it for orthographic views, you have to use two commands. You use the Solview command, which basically creates different views and creates different layers. And then you have the SolDraw command, which breaks down those layers into individual lines so that you can change the line type, the line weight, and stuff like that. All right, so we're going to start off with the Solview command. So if you type in Solview, right, in your manual 6 for lab 6, it is talking about Solview and SolDraw. And it clearly explains what each one of these options means and when you can use it. But basically, we have to first develop a primary view. And for that, we'll use the UCS option. Our primary view will be our top view. Okay, so we're going to click on UCS. We're going to select world. And then we're going to enter our viewport scale, 2/3. Okay, we can't use a scale of 1:1. That is going to be too big. So we use a scale of 1:1.5 or 2:3. Okay, they're the same thing. Then we'll press enter. Specify the center. Right, once you're happy with that, press enter. Turn on your snaps. And then go from corner to corner to redraw your viewport. And lastly, and most importantly, is to give a name for this view. Okay, if you don't give the name, you won't be able to create layers. You won't be able to do the SolDraw command. Okay, so the last command that you're going to enter for each view is going to be the name. So the name for this one will be top or plan. All right. So again, the command is Solview. But before we start going into that, okay, we'll just go back to your model and make sure that your UCS is set back to world and your view is in SW isometric. Okay, if you click on SW isometric and your view looks something like this, that means you've drawn it in the wrong orientation and you have to rotate it first before you can start doing the Solview and SolDraw. Okay, so the orientation in which you draw something is very important when you come to the Solview commands. All right, let's say that it's presented like you've drawn your model and it's oriented this way. So that means you've drawn it looking this way. All right. If you were to try and do the Solview command, right, your view will be oriented upwards. Okay, so the orientation of your object is very important when you're trying to do your Solview and SolDraw. Okay, so in the handout, it was shown as southwest isometric. So make sure you draw it southwest isometric. Right. So again, type in the command Solview. Select UCS. Select world. Enter your scale, so 2/3. Hit enter. Place your center. So you can center your view, move it around until you're happy. Okay. Once you're happy with the positioning, press enter. Turn on your snap cursor. Redraw your viewport from corner to corner. And then enter the name. Solview, UCS, World, Scale, Center, Viewport, and then name. Okay, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes to try and draw your top view. If you want to make sure that you've done the command correctly, if you go to your layer properties, you should see 3 layers that have been created. Okay, and I have now 3 layers: top dimension, top hidden, and top visible. If these don't show after you've done the Solview command, that means you didn't give it a name. So make sure you undo and then retry again, try and give it a name. So you just have to double click and make sure it's established. Okay, so again, the command is Solview. We're going to select UCS, world, enter our scale, 2/3. Then enter, place the center of your view. Then enter again, then on the snaps. Then go from corner to corner and enter your name. All right, next we're gonna go again, Solview. This time we're gonna select section. All right, we're only gonna be selecting section because our layout or our handout says that we have a cutting plane that runs through the center of our object and we have to display the section view. Okay, if we didn't have to show a section, we could use UCS again or ortho. But because it's a section view, we have to use the section option. So again, if you type in Solview, select section, turn on your snaps, and turn on your ortho mode as well. You're going to define the cutting plane. So the cutting plane runs through the center of the object. So I'll go from center to center. Then it says to specify the side to view from. So the side to view from is, we're looking this direction. So I'll click anywhere on this side of the object. Enter the scale. So you can enter again 2/3 or 0.667 is the scale of the parent view. So this is the parent view. So I'll just press enter. Bring my view down to the center of the space where I want it to be. Then press enter again, and again go from corner to corner and give the name front. So again, Solview, section, turn on your snaps, turn on your ortho mode. Gonna go from center to center, side to view from, anywhere on this side of the object. Enter the scale, 2/3. Enter, specify the center. Okay, enter again, and then corner to corner for the viewport, and finally the name. Okay, so that's for the front elevation. And the last one will be our side elevation. So again, we'll type in Solview. We'll select ortho. It says to specify the side of the viewport to project from. So you want to project from this side of the viewport. So we'll click on the midpoint of this line. Bring it across to the center of the paper or where we want to place our view. Then we'll go enter again, turn on our snaps, go from corner to corner, and give this one a new name. So I'll call this one my end elevation. And that's the end of the Solview command. Again, it's Solview, ortho, from the center of the viewport across to the position on the page, enter, and then turning on the snaps, we'll go from corner to corner and enter the name. All right, always check that your layer, in your layer properties, that you've created the view correctly. If you have, then it should be showing here the different layers for that viewport that you've created. So by default, you'll have 3. You'll have the dimension layer, the hidden layer, and the visible layer. In our case, for the front, we also have the hatching layer, which is a separate layer. All right, so at the end of it, you should have, what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12 layers.